Hello there, my name is Rachel, the first time you see my channel, usually review cartoon series, anime series, so stop in Computer Random, and today we talk about Adventure Time special called Together Again from HBO Max. You have to admit, this episode was the most spiritually, the most funniest one, and also the most rewarding one because it rewards you if you're a Adventure Time. We show you so many characters that you kind of forgot that actually do exist. I think one of the biggest examples, Timothy, if you remember Timothy, because Timothy only showed up 2 episodes. In fact, every single sort of surprise character you see in this episodes, our characters only show up very little of the series, but at the same time, they're just so well remembered because how out there they actually are. But on top of all this, it focuses on the death part of Jake and Finn because usually when you watch Adventure Time, it's sort of like a guessing game. What time period of a character you watch on Adventure Time actually are. And this show is sort of played with the idea like, oh yeah, season 1, they were young all together, and things are changing a certain way you don't actually expect because everything you see what's going on in the first couple minutes was basically a lie, almost like a illusion of Finn because Finn is basically dead and he's sort of trying to get out of purgatory and he's still imagining he's still very young till he realized, oh no, I'm dead. After Finn realizes he's dead, he's basically kind of happy because he's gonna meet his brother. The show implies he was sort of sad, almost not there when he was alive because he couldn't focus because Finn was just kind of missing his own brother, and that's understandable. You miss your own family members, your own friends, you be a little bit miserable, but the show implies that Finn couldn't let it go. He was sort of kind of miserable, but not now. He's dead. He can see his brother. He's so hyped, like to see finally this is the day. This will be my best bro for life. And you realize Finn's not there. He's not. I'm not Finn. Jake is not there because Jake is Jake. You know the character. He basically does his own thing. He doesn't really attach himself with feelings. Like he's happy. He's like the highest level of Nirvana. And Finn's sort of pissed off. Like so he didn't meet with me. He doesn't want to see me. What? He's sort of frustrated so much that he actually tried to look for him. Like why he doesn't want to see his brother. But he actually kind of meets up with Mr. Fox, another character you only see like maybe 2 or 3 times in the series. And Mr. Fox is dead. Now he's sort of the basically your helper. Like you want to need some questions, let me answer it for you. But Finn doesn't want to deal with him. He just wants to see his brother. Now, this is the part where the whole show gets very interesting because you can actually get to see about the underworld because in the last couple of seasons and at least a few episodes, we get to see the underworld a little bit. We never get to explore and understand the levels of the underworld, who goes who, where's the bad place, where's the good place. He also explains what happened to the Grim Reaper because the Grim Reaper was a chill, kind of fun guy. He's sort of fair, but you about to find out that the Grim Reaper actually died and this new guy is not his charge. You realize, oh, this new guy is the Grim Reaper's son. He's basically Junior, the Grim Reaper. But the only problem is this Grim Reaper is sort of an asshole. I think the best way to describe this new Grim Reaper is basically that sort of college bro you see on television that sort of hype up, say, what's up, bro, but he almost completely beefed up. He could push you around because he's just so extreme. That's basically the Grim Reaper. But once more, Jake doesn't really care. Finn doesn't really care about the Grim Reaper. He just wants to see his brother. But this is where the show gets very kind of character study because you see what Finn does. He sort of ruins people's life, people's chances with the underworld. He basically, metaphorically, and also physically drags everybody to the underworld where everybody gets punished because Finn couldn't realize just to let it go. And you see this sort of realization just like, whoa, I really messed up. Especially with his brother got tired of him making all this mess reappear. And Jake says, bro, I love you, but you have to let it go, man. We're on paradise. Just chill, relax. But Finn just, oh, you here? I'm now happy. Technically, not really, because Jake is like a completely different level. And the only way Finn and Jake to be together again is basically if Finn is completely in peace, completely happy. And Finn can't be happy. He wants to be with his brother, but he doesn't understand how to be happy, how to really don't meet his brother. Like that's sort of kind of like a spiritual sort of way of thinking. Like, yeah, you can't be happy if you need something. And Finn doesn't realize this. Yeah, like I thought it was sort of clever, especially how kind of unlikable Finn is at the very beginning. I mean, the very beginning it was kind of fun till you realize what type of asshole he became because he really wanted to see his brother, but he sort of that sort of kind of unlikable, undenial kind of feeling that you just don't want to see Finn at. Now, two things major happen about this episode. One of them is sort of explaining what the Grim Reaper doing on this episode, why he's so self-destructing. And this episode dives in that he basically hates the job of the Grim Reaper. He didn't want to be the job of the Grim Reaper. The only way he became the new Grim Reaper because he sort of was tempted to kill his own father for the job, but he didn't want it to. He sort of accidentally did, but not realizing it actually was sort of kind of controlled by the King of Lich. He's the one who basically eliminated him to kill his own father so he could have control of his own body, so he became the new Grim Reaper, destroying everything. It's something that I really did not see coming. It almost fell out of nowhere, but that's not true because if you rewatch the episode, there were hints, there were sort of subtle little nods here and there to give you, yeah, the new Grim Reaper effect is the Lich, but he's not yet fully in control of the new Grim Reaper. He was sort of messing with it because he's sort of like teenage phase that he has his emotions not yet controlled, and the Lich King realized that and sort of abused that. Especially the Grim Reaper killed his own father. That's the point he sort of convinced him to be full control of the Grim Reaper, and it's that sort of subtlety makes this episode so interesting, so good. Especially all the kind of like spiritual things what are going on in this episode. It's just so good, so amazing. No wonder they want this to be the final episode of this 4th-part special because it's just so good. That just kind of blew me away. I mean, a lot of things that make this super work is sort of the kind of artistic, experimental of death and life and how the underworld works. That what makes this episode so good. Now, before I actually end this, let me ask one question. Do you like this episode? Do you feel it was super amazing or super bad? What you love, what you hate it, tell me down below, let me know. I got really nothing else to say, just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.